I gotta say, this is not going to be a good tier list if you just like to skip to the end and see what I ranked, because there's going to be a lot of nuance in this, and there's going to be a lot of subjective rankings. There is no best mission in Fortnite Save the World. There is no best event. It is all everybody's opinion, and we're all going to have different criteria. So let me lay out how I'm going to be ranking this and how I'm going to do my best. First and foremost, I want to talk about what that mission gives you. Like right here in the upper left. By the way, thank you Stormgod for setting up this list. He likes doing tier lists on his own, and he already did this one before me, so I'm coming back over 2 years later to update my missions tier list. A lot has changed since then. For example, the Rescue the Survivors got hit pretty hard in my video because you can't skip that 20-minute cooldown. Oops, they updated that. Epic literally heard me, and they know the community wanted a way for this to finish early, so when you save all the survivors, it ends early. Same with encampments, so stuff has changed. But Stormgod obviously got to this sooner, and I asked him pretty please to send me his files after that, because I don't know some of these icons, and he did. So that's in the top there. That's his list. That's all the names of everything if you guys want to follow along. And there's actually some dead space right here, which is perfect, so I could just have that showing everything so that everybody's on the same page. Now, I'm going to talk about what these missions give you. There are some, like Atlas's 1, 2, 3, and 4, that are all kind of the same mission, but there is a variance in how much resources you get. So if you run if you run an Atlas category 1, you will get less rewards than a Cat 4. But if you are only after Battle Pass XP, it's going to give you the same amount no matter what power level you're at, but a Cat 4 is going to give you more. There's a lot to consider. Your list will be different than mine. My list is going to be different even if I recorded this the next day. So that's what I'm doing. What the mission gives you and how painful the mission is to run, because there are still some missions that take 20 minutes and they're unskippable. But like I said, you don't want to skip to the end because there's a lot of nuance to that. So let's just get right into it. We'll talk about everything as we go. Yeah, Catless, that's what they're called now. Homebase is the number 1 on the position. The Homebase is obviously S tier. That is where all your Storm Shield defenses are. I'm biased as a founder because the Storm Shield defenses have given me 4,200 V-Bucks at least. Has anybody else gotten that really, really random glitch where you just get 100 V-Bucks for a Storm Shield defense that you did a year ago? I've been there a couple times. I'll take it. I don't know what that is, but thank you, Epic. But it's also your endurance. You guys know I'm not an endurance fan. I don't really run it for fun. I don't really encourage AFK endurance because I don't feel like you need it, but a lot of people set that up and I recognize that. And if you think that's worth your time, it is totally good because you can just AFK endurance while you're at school or work and while you're sleeping. It's a good, very, very good source of Battle Pass XP and resources in general. While I don't personally value that playstyle, those who do know that, I mean, there are so many reasons S tier for Homebase. I don't think I need to explain much more than that. Now for the Atlases, it's tricky, all right? It depends on what you are doing. If you want an easy mission just to run, maybe it's that first quest in Ventures, you want to get some XP, Category 1 is just a classic, man. But at the same time, it's the easiest. So it's going to give you the less rewards than a Cat 4. So like, I love a good Cat 4. I think both of these are S tier. I don't want to just put everything in S tier, but I feel like a classic Atlas, I mean, they start you off with an Atlas in the tutorial for a reason. It is literally like the most basic Save the World mission. You just have a cube and you defend it. That's pretty much all you do. Cat 2 and 3, I don't know. I don't like them. You're defending 2 and 3 objectives. The rewards are literally middle of the road. I'm going to put them in A tier, and I'm not even going to defend that point. I will not die on this hill, but I want to put something not in S tier, and I think easiest and hardest are perfect. These guys are in the middle. I don't know what they are. Now, Ride the Lightning is F tier because I can never find the van, and Retrieve the Data is S tier because you can see it right away. Okay, I'm only half kidding. So the van, either you find it right away or you never see it and the entire map is cleared. You have no idea what is going on. But if you can find it quickly, it is a relatively fast mission. People are saying true in chat. If you guys ever want to watch these recorded live, Twitch link down below. I appreciate you hanging out. So honestly, Ride the Lightning is a perfectly S tier mission. Like if you find it quick, it's a nice 7-minute defense. You're defending 3 minutes and then 4, or is it 4 and then 3? Who cares? It's a good solid mission, very similar to Atlas, assuming you can find it. Now, I don't know why it's harder to find than an Atlas, but it feels like it. Retrieve the Data, probably above the Atlases though, because if you look straight up in the sky, I can never find it because I found out I wasn't looking high enough. True story. But if you look straight up in the sky, you can see the balloon right away, which makes this the most consistent mission in the game to just go start. If you want to go run a mission fast and just be done soon, if you are, rushing through your 160s, in theory, you can do all 10 160s in 160 minutes. That is right. Yeah. 10 minutes each. Yeah. So that's 100 minutes, 1 hour 40 is what I'm thinking. So if you just look up in the air, sprint sprint to this, start the defense, retrieve the data is a consistent mission. Ride the lightning is too hard to find. So it is S tier because it's a quick 7-minute defense, assuming you can find it and get the blue glow to start it. So maybe even A tier, but I'll keep it in S tier because these are all the classic ones. Repair the shelter is tricky because on the one hand, I love this mission. I used to say it was my favorite because it's so easy. This mission is tricky because you can't set your traps up because the spawns will rotate. The spawns that you're seeing when you're setting up a repair the shelter are actually where the enemies are going to be coming from if you don't find all 8 of the C-bots. If you don't find them all in time and then you get a raid, those are the spawns that you defend. However, if you find all 8 C-bots, the spawn locations will shift and now all of your traps are doing nothing. However, because of that, when you are defending a repair the shelter, you're only going to get single player mission level of zombies. So it's kind of a really easy mission and the rewards scale to that. So it's not fast or good for like farming any specific resource, but if you are just casual gaming, you got one of my videos on a side monitor and you're just getting your 160s done or you're grinding through ventures or storylines, okay, you guys can tell I'm an endgame player perspective here. 160s, 160s, 160s. I'm trying my best, okay? I told you this was going to be biased. Every list is going to be, but it's like an easy mission, but it's tricky. So just to keep the list moving, I'm going to put this in high A tier just because it's a really solid and consistent mission to get done, but yeah. Deliver the bomb has to be F tier. That's one of the updates. So, Deliver the Bomb got its rewards removed. I can actually show this on the game real quick here. Sorry for the flashbang. I didn't think about that in advance. But you can see over here, we have little timers. These are alert rewards, things you get for running a mission. Deliver the Bomb does not have them. And it does not count towards your weekly supercharger quest. That is just not progressed to Deliver the Bomb anymore. Epic has not stated an official reason why, but I have many guesses. One of the many reasons is that it is a buggy mission. It has been broken since release. Either the tracks won't connect, or you have the objective spawning in a wall, or you can't start the objective. The list goes on and on and on. There are many more that I'm not saying. So this mission is worthless to run unless you have a quest or a mission specifically having you running Deliver the Bomb. You really shouldn't run it at all. The rewards are just less than everything else, and that's just where it is. F tier. So yeah, launch the rocket, easy S tier. It brings you to the next zone, of course. When you run launch the rocket, it is time to get to Plankerton, Canny, or Twine Peaks. My mouth isn't working today, but I'm powering through it. So this mission is just happy. When you run launch the rocket, you are upgrading, and it's a good feeling. I'm keeping it. Encampments, easy S tier. So I don't know what order this would be in line because it's not great. You know, you can't get your 160s done, but if you're doing anything else, it's actually really, really strong. So encampment missions are a bit deceptively good because they're not going to give you a lot of legendary perk up. They're not going to give you a lot of the main stuff like evolution materials necessarily. However, destroy the encampments will give you everything else. So I mentioned this in my how to get every item video. They are really, really good just for getting resources. Wood, brick, metal, you know, nuts and bolts, ore, planks, twine, weapons that you can recycle if you get the chest icon. Let me show you. I have a chart. This is going to be a little bright, so flashbang, but everything on the top here comes from encampments. All of these resources, depending on your level for these ones, I mean, you're getting quartz, nuts and bolts, batteries, and more. There's even like a chest icon that gives you all those weapons and traps even. It's really, really, really good. So if you're just farming normal crafting resources, encampments are really, really good. Plus, it is consistently highly ranked, sometimes the best mission in the entire game to run if you are trying to get Battle Pass XP, because if you run it at a low level, go through it nice and quick, you can get it done in about 5 minutes. So yeah, speaking of getting it done quick, this mission is already the length, or this video is already the length of the first missions video, but I have a lot more to say. So evac is one of those tricky picks. All right, let me talk about S tier. So category 4 missions will give you the most. If you see a 4x reperk or a 5x reperk in the 160s, it will give you the most reperk in the game from that reward. Evacs are right behind it. It is a really, really good source of resources, but it makes you wait 10 minutes to start. And sometimes you can fail right away if everybody loads in at the same time and you get overwhelmed in 1 minute. So I'm going to put it in B tier. My heart wants it in F tier. I hate this mission with my soul. I will run it as a last resort and nothing else. But I really respect the resources you get. I think B tier is fair. 10 minutes isn't a big deal. You put my video on the background, you're chilling, The Office is playing. If you have a side monitor, it doesn't have to suck. But B tier is where I want that. Rescue the Survivors is tricky because it is kind of a specialty mission. You would not run this normally. You know, like Atlas, Retrieve the Data, all of these, you would run these just because. But Rescue the Survivors is only done if you have a survivor saving quest or like something adventures, like a daily or whatever, making you run this mission. Or if you're farming Battle Pass XP, I'd still point you towards encampments. So I'll put it in like, like it's S tier when you need it and ignored when you don't. That's C tier defined. I mean, S tier are the #1 missions you want to run. F, you never want to touch. It's like a C tier mission. It's there when you need it, if you got to save survivors for whatever reason, but I don't really know where that should be. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the pack. Eliminate and Collect is another tricky one because it doesn't give fantastic rewards. It's not like you have the encampments mission, but it is a consistent 10 minutes where you're only killing stuff. It's a pretty hard mission to fail if you are appropriately leveled, and I like killing stuff in game. That's just a thing. So Eliminate and Collect is fine. I'll put it in A tier, maybe B tier, because it's more of like a filler mission. You'll run it if you have to for ventures, or if you need kills, or if you got 10 minutes to kill, but you wouldn't pick it over other missions. I think high B tier is fine. I don't really have a strong reason for that, but it's middle of the pack. It's there when you need it, but yeah. Resupply really depends. This is trick. This is tricky. Okay, let me back up and defend one thing. Somebody in chat said you can do survivor missions quick. You can, but survivors have been bugged for a long time. Sometimes they don't spawn, and you can't finish the mission early. Sometimes, someone, somewhere, it could be you, survivors spawn in and it triggers their defenses before you're ready. Sometimes they die. Sometimes survivors die and you can't finish the mission early. So it is not consistently like spammable. It has been fixed according to StormGod in chat, but these bugs come back and I'm still wary. Okay, B tier if the bug is fixed, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So back to resupply. This is the best mission to run right away in ventures if you're just farming, and then maybe again if you have a quest, and maybe if you're carrying a low-level player. Again, it's more like a utility mission. B tier, I guess, because it's encouraging you to farm and you don't have to do a bunch of combat. I don't know. I think it's just middle of the road. And again, another tricky one. Build the radar grid. In my heart is F tier. Ever since I started playing, not being able to like edit your builds after you place them is so backwards in my brain. I hate building these things with a passion. I really don't like them at all. But yeah, if you need a 20-minute safe space to farm in ventures, or you're a lower level player, if you need somewhere easy to go, again, if you're carrying a friend, it's fine. I'll put it like bottom of the C tier. It is there if you need it. It's a utility mission that is meant to require no combat, just like resupply, but it's twice the length and I hate it. So on my list, it's a stubborn C tier, but I want it in F, okay? I want that clear. This is what I said to people skipping to the end. I want this in F, but I respect why you should run it. So low C tier. Resupply is tricky. I don't know what resupply is about, man. I don't know of any quests off the top of my head that want you to run resupply. No, this is not resupply. I'm saying the wrong thing. What's my chart up there? What does it say? This is fuel the home base. That is what I meant the entire time. Fuel the home base is not required in any quest that I'm aware of, and I don't think there's any ventures reason to run it. You don't get great rewards. It's not a particular fast mission. There's a lot of objectives to defend, and there's a lot going on. Honestly, it feels like D tier because you do technically get rewards for it. It isn't a waste of time, but it is like the last resort. It's like the last resort, unless Silver the Bomb, like they're making you play it. So I don't see why you'd ever want to run that. Storm King, easy S tier. I don't know if it's the top of everything. That's pretty dramatic. New zone is pretty exciting, but this is the peak of new zones. When you're running the Mythic Storm King, okay, Canny Storm King, pretty cool. Well done, you finished Canny. Thumbs up. But Mythic Storm King is what I'm talking about. This mission unlocks 5 of the strongest weapons in the entire game and clout. Not if you were carried. Not, okay, the power level 60s and 80s in chat who are bragging about their mythics, you don't get street cred. You don't count. You were carried. You weren't helpful in that mission. If you're 122 plus and you participated in that fight, Mythic Storm King weapons, best experience. That is awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. It is a S tier for sure. Now, the Titan quest is tricky. As we're recording this, we have the Hunt the Titan quest. Let me go show you. Looks pretty cool right over here. In fact, is the special fancy colored version still showing? I'm not seeing it, but the Hunt the Titan quest exists and it is awesome. Yeah, there's the fancy colored one. That is a beta storm. So this is not permanently in the game. I do not know what Epic wants to do with this mission. It keeps getting covered by text, but yeah, the Titan boss is really, really awesome. In fact, I just showed Cypher PK that mission. Yes, I did. Oh yeah, flashbang warning. Cypher and I just ran this and it was pretty cool. That was a fun thing to show him, but it is basically just a test right now. So this could be outdated very quickly. As of now, I'll put it in S tier because it's new and it's awesome and it's a nice boss fight. Bottom of S tier because there aren't really rewards for it. There's a quest you can do at the time of recording that will unlock the new Flame Bow and Snowstrike. She's an awesome hero, but I do not know how these items will be distributed in the future, and I don't know what they're going to do with this quest finally. So as of now, it's like low S tier, pretty optimistic. This is going to be a cool thing in the game, but that could change at any time. What is this? Trap the Storm, right? Isn't this the one that's like constantly bugged in Ventures? Again, there's like no good rewards for it. This is a Hexylvania thing, so I can't show it on the map, but it's like either bugged and you fail like Deliver the Bomb, or the rewards are pretty subpar. You're pretty much forced to run it just for certain quests. I think it's a notch above Deliver the Bomb. At least it's associated with quests and progresses Ventures. I don't like it. Trap the Storm is it's an easy mission, and Storm God says it's great, but I don't like it. I don't know. I'm putting it a bump above F tier. That is a biased perspective, though, because in the last year or two, I felt like I wanted to even try this mission. I've been told it's glitched and you need to place the traps in a certain order. I don't know how any of that works, and I've never needed to run this. So I'll put it in F, but if you're arguing with me in the comments, just know that I'd put this up to B for one good reason. But, yeah. Storm God says this one's fine. That bug isn't even that often. Okay, so it's only a low % chance that I won't be able to start the game. Chat's making me put it in C, but I'm wary. I'm wary of that one. What is this? Survive the night. So, this is the hotel zone in Ventures. I totally always knew that, and we don't have a funny clip on stream of me yelling at Storm God. The hotel is kind of brutal because you are forced to run it over and over and over for the Willow questline and the Brainstorm questline. This is, again, Hexylvania. And you get very bad rewards for it. I don't like this one. It's funny how being a part of a quest makes a mission better for other circumstances. This is not good. This is like the ghost towns in the Canny Valley main quest line. You are forced to run this bad mission that gives you bad rewards, and it's a 10-minute defense with a bunch of dialogue that good luck following. Yeah, aesthetically in chat, I'm seeing S tier. Honestly, it's a hotel. There's a maze. It's really cool. I love what they did with it. I just do not like what they're making me do. I might be Ghost Boss material, but I hate this mission. Protect the Presence is kind of the only zone we sort of have for Crackshot's neighborhood. This would be easy S tier if you could run Crackshot's neighborhood outside of Ventures, but you cannot. Yeah, Crackshot's neighborhood is now locked in Ventures, which means you can no longer farm it for coal. Holly Jolly Ransom is kind of that. It's, yeah, kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I will say this is fine. Low B tier, maybe. It's a part of a quest that gives you Crackshot. Maybe low A tier. Why not? Just because the quest is awesome. It's a fun zone. I love it. It's a fun mission. It's just, it got nerfed in my opinion. Farming coal, this used to be the type of mission people would farm their year's supply of coal in the winter season on this mission. But now it's locked to Ventures, so it's kind of whatever. So, yeah, what do we got here? Dungeons. Now, this does not differentiate any of the 5 dungeons, but I think they are all pretty equally S tier. I'm going to put this right next to the combat ones, like the encampments and Titan. It's just awesome. Dungeons are great. I was editing a dungeons video today on the noob account. That'll be fun. So, honestly, all the dungeons are great. I don't know what to say. Great rewards. They're fun to play. Even the people who comment that they don't like dungeons don't really seem to get the mission from my experience. I think it's fun. Running through, killing a bunch of stuff. You can't craft your own weapons, but the weapons you find are fine, and ability loadouts can smoothen things out a lot, so it's okay. I love dungeons. All the different zones are really fun, and that's just solid. That's just solid gameplay right there. Now, this is the icon he chose to use for Challenge the Horde. This is Survive the Horde. It's kind of a new thing. I like it. It doesn't have the best rewards. So, yeah, little Ben's war cry from the stream. It doesn't have the best rewards, and I don't love what they did with it, where they made it harder, and they tweaked it a lot, and they made it good. But there's 5 challenges, and you need to run them in order. So to do challenge 5, the hardest one, you need to run this mission 5 times in a row. And Horde fights are like an hour. I don't even remember. I have a playlist, but it is not quick. So you basically have to run Horde 5 times if you want to progress. And that is too much. Where's my Horde playlist? I'm sure it's in here, but I might... Oh, there it is right there. Yeah. So I ran it a bunch, 20 times. I know what I'm talking about. It's fine. I'll put it in high A tier. It's a little grindy. I wish I could just do the level 5 right away, do the hardest right now like you can with Frostnite, but It's good. I like what they're doing with this. This is clearly still under development, I hope. The map is custom. It's cool, but it needs work. High A tier for now, though. They got a great thing going. What do we even have here? Is this hit the road? I need my cheat sheet over here. That is hit the road. Yeah, so let me get rid of this. Hit the road is B tier. This is like a lukewarm placement. I'll put it right above evac. It is fine for the rewards. Hit the road has some excellent, like Rex Jonesy. In fact, let me go to the tier list. Oh, no, not the tier list. We're looking for the timeline. If you guys do not have this bookmarked, you should. The yearly content timeline is really, really good, but the rewards are what's saving it. Rex Jonesy, one of the best heroes in the game. Staccato Shadow's an excellent shotgun. Whiteout Fiona's one of the best ninjas in the game. Desert Blaster's awesome. Parasurge S is less exciting, but any dino is good. Thunder Thor is really nice to have. Lots of gold, lots of tickets. So it is a reward-filled game mode, but it's boring. If you're a high-level player and you have any idea what you're doing, it is 30 minutes of just standing there. We take shifts. 2 of us will defend the van, 2 of us will like do the objective. It's boring. So it's B tier only for the rewards, but it's F tier entertainment. I do not like Hit the Road. I will run it once for the rewards, and I'll make a video on it if Zaku sends me $50, which he did like 2 or 3 times. That's why you guys got Hit the Road videos, by the way. I don't know why he thought that was worth it, but thank you. I think I gave him a discount. It was like 30 bucks. You don't need to pay me to make videos, by the way, but I is not going to cover Hit the Road. And they took away the banner, or like it used to be where you had to do 140 power level with no damage taken, and then they got rid of that. What was that, Epic? What, was it too hard? Speaking of too hard, Frostnite! Yeah, people love Frostnite. It is available as of me recording now. I will put it above these other main missions. Frostnite is really, really fun. I like Frostnite. It is an hour and a half, but you kind of earn it. It's really tricky. I failed a Frostnite run recently. A little pro tip to my channel. If I ever upload a Frostnite run that is suspiciously over the 2-hour mark, something tragic happened in that recording. I won't tell you when we die, but there might be 2 Frostnites in this Merry Melee run. And that's exciting. Okay, we might have been waffling around, but if I can fail in a Frostnite game, that's a challenge. I like that. And it's fun. I mean, yeah, we did have a British person on the team. That made things tricky. Okay, people who don't know the joke are going to think I'm serious. But yeah, it's a fun game mode. I really, really like Frostnite. The different modifiers are great. And back to that timeline, the rewards are fantastic. Tree of Light's really decent. Ice King is one of the best heroes in the game. Paper Shredder might deserve a new video on the channel. What else am I thinking? I think there are other awards not listed here that are very good. But yeah, honestly, you get so much Battle Pass XP and gold and tickets, and the Holiday Llamas are awesome. And Frostnite's just a good aesthetic. It's a good experience. I like it. I like it. I like it. And there you go. That's my tier list. It is technically recorded in 2024, but if in the future this is labeled as a 2025 list, just know that I'm recording this in mid-December, and I don't think much is going to change in the next 2 weeks. Famous last words, right? So let me know what you guys thought. Comment down below. Thank you again to StormGod for not just putting this together, but giving me the cheat sheet up there, because it was definitely needed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe. Members get to see my scheduled videos early. I do not paywall any of my videos as of now, and I don't have any plans to do that. But if you ever see a members only video, it's just early and it'll be out eventually. But if you guys want to see that stuff early, join button, join link down below. And that's it. I'm out of here. Goodbye.